What's going on, guys? Today we are going to be installing and reviewing a set of Lasfit third brake light and cargo lights on the 2019 Ram here. They reached out to me and sent me these to make this video. So both of these bulbs are the LT15 size. One is R for red, the other is white. So you got your third brake light and your cargo lights. They run on 12 volts. They don't have a polarity. Some LEDs, you put them in and it won't work. You'll have to take the bulb out, flip it over and put it back in. You don't have to worry about that with these. They're CAN bus ready, which in these Chryslers, the CAN bus system is basically an electrical system where if it doesn't have the load of a typical incandescent bulb, it can make the light flicker and do some weird stuff. So this is going to help with that. And of course, they're LEDs that are brighter than halogens, and they got USA customer support. It does say made in China, however, it is a US brand based out of California. They also included a few stickers here. I don't know if that's just for me or if they come with every order, but that's kind of cool too. Before we get started here, I'm going to show you the factory gross incandescent bulbs that should have been LED from the factory. So as you can see, they're kind of yellow orange. Now I'll shut those off, show you the brake lights. All right, and there's the factory brake light. So I'm gonna roll up my tonneau cover so I can get to these, and we're gonna get started with the install. Before getting started with the install, you wanna make sure the lights are off. You don't wanna be doing this when there's power going to the lights, and also when they're on, they're gonna be very hot. You're not gonna wanna touch them, you can burn your hand. So once they go out, leave them out for a little while, and actually it wouldn't even hurt to disconnect the battery for this. On the 2019 Rams, to disconnect the battery, pull the lever here on the driver's knee bolster, slide over the hood release, and over here, you can disconnect your negative and your positive. Just loosen this nut and that nut, and you should be able to lift the connectors off. They should be 10mm size socket. If you're trying to do this without disconnecting the battery, the cargo lamps won't shut off until the tailgate is up. So you have to do that, and then they'll go out. And again, wait a few minutes before touching them. Now to get the light assembly out to access the bulbs, you just remove these 4 Phillips screws. Make sure not to drop your screws, and make sure that you don't lose these plastic sealing rings on there. It's going to help keep any water out. So now we're just going to carefully grab the light and pull on it a little bit. There might be a little bit of this seal sticking to it, so just kind of be careful and just slowly wiggle and work at it. Carefully let the light assembly down. Don't let it scratch your window or anything. If you really want to, you could disconnect it here, but I'm not too worried about it. I'm not going to be too aggressive with it. So now we can access our 3 bulbs, and to remove these, you should just grab the socket, twist counterclockwise, and then be able to pull it out. Then just pull up on the old bulbs to release them from the socket. Now we'll take our red Lasfit LED bulbs, and we can put one in there, and since they're no polarity, it shouldn't matter which way we put it in. As you'll notice, there's only one light for the red, and there's a pack of 2 here, so you're good in case one burns out. And these also do come with a 1-year warranty, and they've provided me with a promo code, which I'll put the link down in the video description below. That promo code is TruckGuy, and it's good for 10% off. I will also post a link to their site down in the video description, and they make it real easy. Once you get to the Ram section, they even have a button you can click that'll just put everything into the cart. That's all the bulbs that you can change to LEDs, minus the rear turn signals. These things are actually pretty cool looking, and as you can see, there's 3 LEDs on this side, 3 on that side, and 3 more on the end, so you're getting a pretty good area of coverage for the light. And in here, it doesn't really matter too much anyways because there's a red lens. So you can see the socket is basically going up and down, so we're going to take this light the flat way and just push it in like so. And as you see, I just dropped it down between the cab and the bed, and it hit the concrete driveway. And I'm going to put it in anyways, and we're going to see if it still works. It'll be a good durability test. So make sure to get it in all the way like that. And then you're just going to take, and you can see these little tabs on the socket. Those are going to line up with the cutouts here in the bulb hole. And then you're just going to put it back in and twist clockwise. But it is important to notice that there's two different size cutouts here. As you can see, like this one is bigger than this one over there. So this one and the one across from it are bigger. So if you're having troubles getting them in, rotate the bulb 90 degrees and try again. Now we're gonna repeat the same steps for the two cargo lamp bulbs, only not dropping them. A little tip for the cargo lights, I would remove the wiring from this little plastic holder here, like so. That's gonna give you the slack that you need in the wiring to pull the bulbs out. And then just tuck the wiring back into the little clip here. All right, now if you've disconnected your batteries, just go ahead and set the connections back on top of the post, tighten them up again with the 10mm socket. And now before we go any further, I'm gonna try the brake light and the cargo lights. As you can see, they're both working. So now we're good to go ahead and put the light assembly back into place. And as you can see, the bulb that I dropped is working just fine. So that's a good test of the durability, a good 6-7 foot drop to concrete. Now before the light assembly goes back in, you'll see your truck will probably have this too. It's just a build up of dirt around that. And these Rams, these 5th gen Rams, have a known tendency to let some water in. There's been a few complaints about that. So you want to get the best seal you can here. I'm going to use a paper towel with some alcohol and just go around, clean this up nice, get all the grime off. If your rubber foam seal looks like it's just pinched like that and worn out, I would replace it. And if it's ripped, I would also replace it. You don't want to risk any water getting in here and damaging your headliner or getting into the cab or ruining any electronics. All right, much cleaner now. And now I'm just gonna go around again with some dry paper towel and just make sure all the alcohol is dried off. Now, keeping in mind there's a plastic stud there and on this side as well. Those are gonna go into this hole and that hole. So keep that in mind while you're carefully finagling the wires and the sockets into their respective cutouts in the cab. And then hold it tight with one hand while you start the screws and snug them down with the screwdriver. I recommend starting all the screws before you tighten them down fully, just so you can make sure that all of them are lined up. Also remember, don't lose your plastic sealing rings. Now that they're all kind of snug, I can go a little bit tighter with them. Again, we want a good seal, don't want any water leaking. You don't have to push, and turn as hard as you possibly can. You don't want to crack the plastic, but you'll feel it kind of bottom out. You can see loose and there, just kind of stopped. That's all you need, just that little snugness. It's probably not that crucial, but I started with the 2 centermost screws and then worked my way outward. That way, if the gasket or anything needed to squish a bit, it would kind of ooze outwards rather than bunching up in the middle. Again, we want the best seal possible here. And there we go, a nice clean white with a little, it's kind of hard to pick up on camera right now during the day, but there's a little bit of a kind of cool blue tint to them, but much, much cleaner than the factory incandescents. And there's the brake light. All right, guys, so it is dusk right now. I want to get a shot of daylight, dusk time, and nighttime shots of the LEDs and the incandescents from the factory, just in case the nighttime shots don't show up. So it's around 8:30, 9 o'clock at night, like I'm saying here. Here's the incandescent cargo lamps. As you can see, there's an orangish yellow to them. All right, and there's the incandescent third brake light. You might not tell the biggest difference between the third brake light when we switch to LEDs, but I think you will definitely know based off the color of the cargo lamps, because they're gonna be a lot whiter and cleaner looking. Here's more of a close-up. All right, guys, it's around the same time, dusk, 8:30 at night here. Got the LEDs on again. Can't pick up how clear and bright they are. It's just too bright for the camera to even pick up, but they look super bright and really clean. And there's the LED third brake light. Again, nice and bright. All right, guys, and here it is, a night shot where it's completely dark out and these things are just blinding. And the brake light. I think the cargo lights definitely turned out best during the day as far as seeing how clean and crisp they are. And obviously the nighttime shots here show how bright everything is. Plus they're durable because, like I said, I dropped that one about 6-7 feet down onto concrete. So again, check them out. Thanks again to Lasfit for sending these for me to demo. I'll post their link again in the video description. Truck Guy is the promo code for 10% off. If this video helped you out, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe for more videos like this, and check me out on Facebook at Tony the Truck Guy. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.